Welcome to TSG, land is up on the great. Rise up to us, you will see your fate. Fuck your animals, you religious, that cheap shit. You don't play that hit, we defeat that shit. No matter who you are, if you get caught doing that, gotta come take our bozos around the league and coach show. Shout out to the BH, Cartel and the Illuminati crew. Cincy 4634, Rio Doorbell, just to name a few. This is your commission, Roger the Devil, the Walrus, just monkey. Thanks for the support from our co-commission Tommy in Jersey. We try to have a ball like we see in life every day. If you think you got what it takes, go to the simgamer.com and let's play. Welcome to TSG, Lego.
Welcome to podcast 2 of season 2. We're going to do a little mid-season roundup for you folks. Let you see how the divisions are going, the playoff races are happening, MVP races, stuff like that of that sort. Shout out to Bo for his work. What up to State, Versa for joining the league. Rio, that's to you because you wanted me to shout out to BH because you said I'm all for them dudes. No, I'm all for all of TSG. So bam, Rio, you just got a shout out too. Quick gameplay update news. The patch came out for Madden yesterday. I haven't noticed a whole lot of changes except other than TD celebrations are back for online gameplay. Little minor tweaks about pulling guards and stuff, but haven't really noticed much of a difference. MVP still ran for 200 and some yards. Oh, sorry, Alfred Morris, however you want to put it. But there's that, and I think that is about it on the gameplay front. They are supposed to tune injuries, so there's not amazing injuries, even though for some reason injuries haven't been happening in this league for us this season. But without further ado, here's the mid-season review. We're going to start out with the AFC East. The Patriots, China Ninja, they're leading this division by only a game and a half after just losing to the Dolphins this week. But the Bills have yet to play their week 11 game versus the Jets. And while the Jets were a playoff team last year, this year they're dead last. I don't know if it's because just the change in the sliders or part of it's due to the suspension because he was suspended for 6 games. He got reduced to 3. Finn, Casino Jones, whatever you're going to call him, exited a game against the Broncos that had finished in overtime and didn't let it count. He ended up cutting his Xbox off. And this is the second time it's happened. Another game versus Chubbs. At the end of the game, he's like, yo, I got to go, which is some bullshit. He got suspended for the same amount of time that Blitzberg was. He took it like a man. He explained what it was. I reduced it from 6 to 3 so it wouldn't completely ruin his season, but he's on watch now. If he quits anything, leaves anything early, he's done. Never back in TSG again. He's banned for life. I'm into giving second chances. Maybe it's a fault, maybe not, but let's see. Let's hope he gets shit right. Back to the Bills. They've been dangerous. Cowboys has picked up his gameplay a little bit. He's playing a little bit more. He's not always the last game. Like I said, he hasn't played the Jets yet. If he wins that game, he will be tied for first place. Right now, he's currently a half game back. The division is close amongst the top 3, and that brings us to the Dolphins. Like I said, who just beat the Patriots. They're now 6-4, a game back. He was hurt by a sim that got Tannehill hurt, and I think his middle linebacker hurt, but Tannehill's back, and it looks like they're about to go on a roll. They're a team that can win on the road, but they're struggling at home. I don't get all these home teams struggling this season. But my predictions is that the Patriots will win the division. They'll probably be a number 2 or 3 seed, and the Dolphins will make the wild card and make the playoffs this year. It's unusual to see Chubbs not in the playoffs. Alrighty, on to the AFC North. The AFC North, Blizz, who didn't make the playoffs last year, is running this division. Yet he did lose a game in the division to the Browns. He just plays them tough for some reason. The Ravens are coming off a little slump mid-season, where they lost a few games. But thanks to Tommy on Broke Streeter, yeah, he's broke. He got like 17 kids or something. Bo did a video on it. I'll post it later. They beat the Jaguars, who just stink. I mean, come on, let's be real. So maybe he's back on track, but it looks like he's got a track on this division with a 2-game lead with 6 games left. The Browns are a tough team to play, man. Everybody hates on Dog Pound, saying he's an easy win. He stinks. Dog Pound sucks. But he seems like he's right there on the cusp. Like he's like the Browns when they had Brian Hoyer. Like they might do something, but he just can't seem to get the big wins when he needs them, like against Twan today. He's got rookie QB Johnny Manziel, balling with him with his 76 throw power and stupid low speed for a running quarterback. But he's inconsistent. I mean, this is a rookie quarterback. But there's always a chance for the Browns. They get on a roll. They have to go 10-6, probably 11-5 to even have a chance at the division. I don't see Blizz dropping too many more games. The Steelers, then they're not going to really make a push for the playoffs. They might make a push for the the second spot in the North, because their original coach was losing, and he went through a coaching change mid-season. Blitzberg left the team. He quit a game against Ninja because he felt Ninja was running the score up on him because he completed the pass. Quit the game. Said he quit the game. He got suspended for 6 weeks. He said, "Nah, that's some BS." That he wasn't gonna be around. That it'd be best if he just resigned. Come back later. I think it's a mistake, but it's whatever, man. At least we get an owner in there, Versa on the beat, which is the center of a lot of controversy. Some people screaming he's cheese. Some people saying he runs a draw a lot. Hey, that's last year's Madden. That's the year before Madden. Everybody deserves a second chance. There's a lot of dudes in this league that were some way or the other, they got a second chance and actually improved themselves. Give them a chance, man. Give them a chance. Cincy, man, what is going on with you, bruh? Another disappointing season. I don't know if the game just passed you by, bruh, or you don't just have the time because you're not on as much, but it's unusual to see that team not in the playoffs. He does have some impressive victories. I know he beat Twan, who's with Twan, so he ain't going to lose, blah, blah, blah. But, Cincy, man, get your game up, bro. You got too much talent not to do that. Prediction, Blizz wins that division, no wild card team. To the AFC South, reigning Super Bowl champ Takeout is continuing where he left off, running all over the division. Dominant AFC, 8-1, undefeated at home. Good offense, strong defense. I don't think anybody can stop him or Chris Johnson in that division. People just tend to forget about Takeout because you don't really hear much from him. He's very humble and quiet with his wins, unlike his compadre Frame. You know what I mean? Who likes to run his mouth. Houston is his closest competitor, Dede, but it's not even close. For some reason, they just can't win at home. I think they're 1-4 at home. Dede's struggling in a division he used to own, quite frankly. The only difference this year is Takeout is in over Cowboys and 463's in over, 463's out and Real Law's in. The only body's giving him trouble is the Titans, so I guess, he needed competition in that division. Also noted he had an issue with the Jags and Rico, man, so it might have soured his real desire to win. I think it would make him desire to dominate the division even more. But the Colts, Real Law, that team is got talent all over the place. But I think coaching is just lacking on that team, man. The coach always claims, "I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing," but he just can't stop it. So I guess he really doesn't know what they're doing. The Jaguars bring up the rear, and Rico just doesn't have the time on the team. Doesn't scheme to win. Drags, and just running up the gut. Maurice Jones-Drew, tight end curls, and I was just ain't working for him this year. Mercedes Lewis can't be your entire offense, Rico. Sorry. His defense is one of the worst in the league. His offense is very predictable. He just needs to make a shakeup. He needs to fix his team. Like, he just finally fix his internet. Winning that division, Titans. No wild cards. AFC West. And that's a tough division, and it's very, very interesting division when it comes down to it. Bronco ran it all last year. He's having a down year. Well, he's only 2 games back. He's 5-4. I think he went 14-2 or um, 13-3, something like that. So I mean, he's still not doing bad, but he's not doing what he was. A lot of people say his run to the playoffs last year was a fluke, but he still has time to prove him wrong. The Chargers has just been in so much turmoil the past 2 seasons. 3 coaches. Um, Even though they have a future Hall of Famer in State at the helm of the team, this team needs so much work. It's not even funny. Not even he can win with his team as is. They needed so much major changes in the offseason. The Chiefs, despite having a weak defense, he said it himself, not me, are leading the division and are currently the number 2 seed in the AFC. If they can get their defense on track, this team can make some noise in the playoffs. The Raiders and Coach Bo, probably the most impressive team in the AFC, are on an absolute roll. It looked like they were dead in the water after they lost to the Lions. He even said it himself, if he lost, that season was over. But Terrell Pryor's has been on. Ever since he floated the pass and created a loss against Chubbs, it seems like this dude's unstoppable. He can run, he can throw. There's nothing he can't do except play defense, and they might need some help on that end. But Bo and his team is making a charge, so the Chiefs better watch out, and so is the AFC. He makes it to the playoffs, that team is dangerous. The winner of that division will be the Chiefs, and the wild card will be Bo Raiders. You heard it here first. Bo will do the improbable and take that team to the playoffs. All right, folks, that's the AFC roundup. I only wanted to do one vid, but it looks like I gotta make 2. So check back in a little bit with the NFC roundup.